dating is hard. And by and large, most people want to fall in love. Most people want to have a family. What is, for the guy that wants to ask the woman out, what is the right way to do it?
Well, I'll put it this way. It really depends on the person, right? Because there are shy guys who have made a living off of dating, right? And they've actually been really, really good at it. But then there are outgoing guys who are alpha males, everything like that, and they still do very well at it. Really, the best approach is, understanding the type of person that you need to be with, right? So if you understand fully, 110%, that you want to be with a woman who adheres to traditional gender roles, who likes to have the man take charge and things like that, well then, of course, you can't wait for her to come to you, because that goes against her ideology.
Got it.
Right? So, but if you find a woman that, if you're a shy guy and she likes to be the person that puts herself in your field of vision and your presence and things like that, and you build up your confidence and your courage, you have to have confidence. That's the #1 piece to get there. Because, people can sniff out, even on a subconscious level, they can understand when somebody's not feeling, when they have that feeling of self-loathing, or that feeling of not being adequate, right? You have to truly understand yourself and have that confidence before you approach anybody, and that's really building on the inside.
So then, how do you find that self-confidence? Because what I have found is, when I'm by myself and flying solo, I'm pretty confident, and I'm pretty okay.
Yeah.
When I start dating, all bets are off.
Yeah.
Neurotic, obsessive, compulsive. I go back and I reread. If any of you exes are watching, it wasn't about you. I go back and reread. I go back and reread texts. I really get lost in that mind game.
Yeah.
So how do you? What is your prescription to the person that is confident yet kind of loses their way a bit? How do you tell them?
Know yourself. Right? Take inventory of yourself, right? Nobody's perfect. I tell my clients that all the time. Nobody's perfect. And I'm not expecting any of my clients to become perfect. But what I do expect from them is to, #1, understand yourself. What are your drawbacks, right? Because once you understand your drawbacks, you can accurately, when somebody asks you a question about something, it's like, yeah, I'm going to skirt around this issue just a little bit, right? And then you start to lead them toward a path of where you are, where you do have your strengths. Those are the most important pieces. If you don't understand where your faults are, well, then you don't know exactly where you're feeling that angst, where you're feeling that insecurity. But once you do take inventory about that, then you understand where you are and where you're going.
Okay, so hold that thought on that insecurity. Okay, so all of you, I want you to get pen and paper, because I want you to take notes. So when you say know your strengths, let's give me a list of what strengths would be.
Okay, so I deal with my clients on emotional intelligence.
And
right?
you work with women?
Yeah, I work with women.
Okay, you work with women.
That's a very important distinction that I like to put out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it about you that makes you feel confident enough to work with women in regards to finding that right mate?
Well, what I ended up doing is, when I got hurt and I got out of the Air Force, my mentors gathered around me and they said, hey, you know what, you have a unique opportunity. Don't look at this as you losing your profession. Look at this as a chance for you to find another passion and run with it. And I really did. And like I said before, there's no PhD for, dating,
True.
at least not yet until I create the program. But
And I'm going to be a graduate. You know what? I'm going to be your co-PhD captain, dude.
All right. But I say that in jest, but in all reality, there's nothing like that out there. So really, when you get into the realm of understanding yourself, you have to take some pieces of what's already out there.
Okay.
Well, emotional intelligence has been out there for a while, and now it's about taking that understanding and applying it to the individual. Emotional intelligence is broken down in a couple of other pieces, right? And it's really about understanding yourself, so that's the intrapersonal IQ.
Okay.
And then it's about understanding people, groups of people, surroundings, and how they all interact. That's interpersonal IQ. Well, in order to get to understanding yourself, you have to understand people on very fundamental levels. So I like to break it down into 5 pieces.
Okay.
Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, financial.
Got it.
Okay? Once you understand all those pieces, then you just say to yourself, hey, where do I rank in all these areas? Because I'm going to ask you this, what do women want?
A hug. I feel that women want to feel safe,
Okay.
Feel protected,
Okay.
feel loved, feel respected, and feel like an equal.
All right.
How was that?
All right, that's great. All right, and then what do men want?
I think men want to be respected, to be loved, to be taken care of, and I hope that, and this is me, because I'm very emotional, I'm very sensitive.
Yeah.
A lot of guys don't, a lot of guys won't give into that, so men want to be able to be emotionally free, emotionally and mentally accessible to their partner.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't mean to put you on the spot or anything like that, but
it's making me look at it. What do I want?
Yeah, well, this is where my entire practice started, was these two questions. What do women want and what do men want? And what I found out is that everybody has different answers. And what it all boiled down to is, I want amazing. Nobody ever comes to me and says, I want a guy who's kind of short, kind of chubby, you know, kind of broke, you know. They all say, hey, you know, I want him to be financially stable. I want him to be able to carry his own in conversation. I want him to do this, this, this. And I want him to buy me chocolates and flowers and be thoughtful, right? Women want amazing, and men want amazing. And I think that, you know, once we have that understanding, now it's like, hey, you know, like, what does it take for me to be amazing, right? That way you don't have to start comparing yourself to everybody else. Because I was realizing that, you know, I should not be having my clients have to compare themselves to everybody else. Be the best person that you can be, and if you're not already there, well, then take those proper steps to get there. That's what puts you on the path of amazing. And amazing is highly sexual, right? People start to gravitate towards you. It's very sexy. And so that's why I say that understanding yourself is the first step. Very, very important.
As you were saying, I want amazing, no. No, it's true. I do it because I'm so. This is like a therapy for me. I feel that when I'm on my own, I'm amazing. I feel that when I'm in relationships or trying to date, I feel that there's something sexy about me and something confident, but then something happens. But when you said I want amazing, Whitney Houston popped into my head. Give me one moment in time.
Yeah. It's a great song, by the way.
It's me calling my therapist. Back to finding the positives.
Yeah.
Because we have to go to our break. So I hope all of you have pen and paper. What are some of the positives that people need to embrace as they start dating?
What makes you unique, right?
Okay.
Because we're stuck in society where what we watch on TV is what we want to be, right?
True.
You know, and even the people that want to be outliers, we still, you know, have this method of control where we're wearing these certain things or that, right? Well, get down and distill down to who you are. Really understand who you are at your core, and start tracking the things that you have actually started to gravitate toward and things that you do well. That starts to, you know, get you in the mindset of, hey, you know what? I can do this better than she can. I can do this better than he can, right? That helps you start to understand where your specific, you know, strengths are, right? And it gets you away from dwelling on, oh, I'm not like them, and that makes me bad, or this makes me this, that makes me that. You really have to understand what your strengths are, and then start focusing on them. How do you build on them? How do you keep, you know, building on them in a way that makes you that gives you more confidence and helps other people see you in a different light?
Oh, I love that. But here's the thing, though, as you're saying, find out your strengths. It's not so much to find out your strengths so that you get the great relationship. It's finding out your strengths so once that relationship's here or presenting itself, you're already ahead of the game.
Yeah, for sure. And I know we have to go to break, but, you know, it's really quickly, those conversations that you have early in the relationship, those are the most important ones.
Okay, we're going to, okay. Okay, when we come back, we're going to talk to Brandon about the conversations you need to have in the relationship. I think it's like a job interview to some level, and it's not. If you have any comments or questions, if you're in a relationship that you're unsure of, you have a golden moment right now to talk to the go-to guy, Brandon Aki. Again, the number is 818-547-3668, and I also hope you pulled out your pen and paper to write notes down, because bottom line, so far, I realize that I need to write down my strengths instead of worrying about what I'm not doing, really embrace all that I am. I wish I could hug you all. Okay, we'll see you after the break. Don't go away.